Hello, good people. Welcome to our show. Hello, bad people. Welcome to our show. Hello, guys. Welcome. Today we're going to discuss more about SEO, AI. It's tough to ignore AI today, and many experts speak more about geo, generative engine experience, but it's not a big difference. And today we're going to dive more how to get results, because the last time we think more about to get sales than traffic, because our environment is different. I'm so excited to discuss this topic with Branko Kral. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. Thanks, Anatoly.
Yeah, big pleasure. I remember we spoke almost 2 years ago. That was valuable. We got engagement. I'm so excited to learn more. I know about your great experience, and you worked in Backlinko. For me, it's like a new level of quality. Yeah, I learned a lot from Brian Dean, and he changed the game with many all his strategies to create super high quality content, create less but quality, and I tell all my clients, don't try to create content for all topics. It's better less but quality, because you can bring more value, you can create super high quality content and outrank others. Branka, before we start, just tell more about yourself, experience, background, and how things going on in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm a growth advisor. When we last spoke, I just started working at SEMrush as the head of Backlinko. It had been acquired and then on the decline because the corporation didn't really know what to do with it. They were just starting this program where they acquire big websites and publishing companies. Since then, they've acquired Exploding Topics, Third Door Media, and a bunch of others that are smaller, but also some big ones. And Uh, what we did with Backlinko was the pilot program, and we were supposed to prove the concept of that SEMrush can acquire a website, and then if they want to rank for, say, what is SEO, there would be an article on semrush.com that ranks at the top, and then the next article would be on Backlinko, and then the next article would be on another website that SEMrush owns. So it's actually a strategy that's being used by a lot of, especially tech companies now, where you don't just try to be number one or number three, you try to be number one, two, four, and five. Now, of course, with geo, AI, SEO, or whatever we call the new world, now things are a little different. But I think the strategy is still super valid. And so we were honored to take over after Brian Dean. I myself have learned a lot from him. For instance, the skyscraper technique is something I've used a lot, very successfully so, in content that I've produced in my own name, but also for clients. And we built a team and put one together from 0 to 25 in half a year. That was my responsibility. I was putting together the team. I was responsible for the SOPs, the standard operating procedures, for the budget allocation, for keeping priorities clear, and for setting goals and meeting them. And then in the second quarter, we surpassed the revenue goal by 51%. With that data, we upped the next quarter's revenue goal to make it super ambitious, and we still surpassed that one by over 50% again. So I'm super proud of what happened there. And then I left Backlinko, but most of the team is actually still there, and they're still happy, and they're carrying on the legacy. They're carrying the torch, and you can still see that the content is really high quality. And one thing that I find to be really high quality is content based on first-hand experience, and also content based on feedback loops. I've served as the director of analytics at an analytics agency before, and I've built and then sold a content agency which was niched down in B2B SaaS and health. Health is a topic of passion for me, something that I'm starting to work more with again. And then after Backlinko, I've done quite a lot of advisory work with a company in programmatic SEO, with a company that's built an AI content agency with their own software, and a course that we launched for marketingops.com on content SEO essentials. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm also doing more of my own content, which is something I've finally committed to, and I'm finally consistent about this on LinkedIn and expanding to YouTube soon. Um, and other
Yeah,
than that, yeah, there we go. I'll stop there.
nice. Yeah, yeah, I have a bunch of questions. After your intro, I have a lot more questions that I had before this podcast. Um, let's discuss about SEO blogging as a strategy. Brandin doesn't publish a lot of posts on social media, but one post I found when he described about uh, something what he can do today if he started from scratch. So, and he explained SEO is not one strategy that he can use because to especially Backlinko is a blog, and today many blogs can lose traffic because of AI overview, because of AI mode, ChatGPT, and some experts like Tim Solo share that probably SEO blogging will be the thing like 3 years and then it's gone because people will get all questions on AI chats, search, it doesn't matter. So probably traffic from Google can be little bit different, not to blog content. And I want to ask you, for example, SEMrush bought Backlinko. The main strategy, I mean, like the main source of all traffic is coming to blog content. What do you think about today? Is it good idea to invest in blogging? Because I still see and I still get a lot of questions. How many blog posts I need to write? How to choose the right content for blogs? And I remember blogs got plus 50% of all traffic, of all SEO traffic. What about today?
Yeah. So I understand that Brian doesn't post much. Huh? He sold Backlinko and then he sold Exploding Topics,
Yeah,
both of them for a handful million. So I think he's chilling.
yeah, of course.
but but um, but yeah, times have changed. So um, blogging doesn't have the same engagement as before either. But then you see people like Kevin Indig on Substack and many others, even local bloggers. Like I'm from Slovakia, and I know Slovak bloggers who have 3,000 subscribers on Substack, and those people
Yeah,
actually
but
read the
it's
stuff, right?
different. It's different. I mean, like I'm asking about SEO blogging as a strategy. I mean, like of course, I think blogging will survive and thrive if you have different channels of getting traffic. Like Kevin Indig, he doesn't get traffic from Google. He gets a loyal audience from his newsletter, direct visits. So he builds his personal brand, and it's like for me, it's like Forbes, CNN. This media existed before digital. They adapted to digital to get extra SEO traffic. And even if Google will take all this traffic, Forbes will be fine. They can create high quality content to acquire audience with different channels. But I mean, like, I'm interested about the strategy. Future strategy of SEO blogging, not other channels.
Yeah, that's funny that Kevin Indig writes about SEO, some of the best content about SEO, and
Yeah.
now GEO and what have you. But he gets most of the traffic probably from email distribution via Substack and LinkedIn posts. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I haven't asked him, but yeah. So what I was alluding to is that blogging will survive, like you're saying, but it has a different purpose now. I agree that if you're blogging just for SEO, you probably don't need to be doing it. The approach right now, which a lot of AI content agencies are using, uh, and I actually left one not long ago this year because I had such a big value misalignment where a lot of AI content agencies just use AI to create more content, so at a high quantity. And one way that's been used to overcome what AI has been doing is to publish so much content that some of it will rank and you'll get some results, and you can even get a lot of results because you're publishing so much. I don't think that's the way. I also think if you're blogging for just SEO, you'll run in trouble. So what I would do, and what I actually might start doing for myself, and what I'm advising my clients to do when I work with CMOs and marketing VPs, is to use the website, the blog, but also service pages or other resources on the website as the hub, like we've been doing. But now rely on your branding and of your distribution of the content, of the different channels of the distribution much more than before, while you still can also get some good SEO results. And we know some companies, a lot of companies have actually been doing great now, even with the big decline in general. So I would say that SEO will have its place, and Google search, like the traditional way of search, will have its use cases when people don't want answers served up, when they want to browse through more, kind of like when you are browsing through a library of academic papers. I also do that sometimes instead of just a Google search or AI search, but it'll be a much narrower use case, and your blogging should accommodate to that, and be written in a way where, in my opinion, you only want to write articles that truly need to be written, not go for quantity of articles, but go for quality of each one. You need to go back to that. And SEO will be one of the distribution channels, but it will many times not be a sufficient channel like it
Yeah.
has been before.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I completely agree with that. I think like uh, if any brand can still get a lot of traffic from SEO to blog content, it's better to think today. I mean, like how to adjust, change strategy. Because for me, I can feel that blog can become, I mean, like SEO traffic to blog content can become an extra channel, not the main channel that we had before. So, and for example, I don't write any blog content if I don't feel that I can get my ROI back with other channels. So, for example, I have LinkedIn newsletter. 40,000 people subscribe to this newsletter. I know I can get back all my expenses, my time, resources from this newsletter, or from loyal audience who can use my tool or my website. But I don't rely on SEO. And I know, for example, even Kevin Indig, you mentioned him a few times. He's a great expert, and he spoke on this podcast twice. And yeah, I checked his website. He doesn't get any traffic from Google. Probably small traffic, not big one, but he has authority to speak in conferences, to be active on LinkedIn, to publish in big websites like Search Engine Journal. So he can acquire his authority, trust, and yeah, to get results from different channels. So yeah.
I also say, if I may jump in on this again, the reason I got into SEO and content for SEO is because it's such a comprehensive part of marketing. So, before I would do everything in marketing. I actually started with e-commerce, PPC, and analytics. And for a while, I was making WordPress websites and also doing a lot of social media marketing for clients before social ads even started, and then social ads. And then I niched it down on SEO, PPC, and analytics, and then just on SEO and analytics. And then in SEO, I niched it down even further on content for SEO and some tech SEO for MarTech and health. And at the same time, even when I was so niched down, I had to know everything. I had to know distribution channels, and that's why I benefited from having the experience prior with all kinds of marketing. I needed to understand UX because, especially after the Google patents got public, after the court case happenings, we understood that UX signals are some of the strongest signals for Google. I also had to understand tech SEO because even today now with AI, it seems like schema is really important, and so on. I could keep going. I had to understand conversions because even with agency clients that told me they didn't care for revenue yet, they just wanted traffic. 2 months into the working relationship, they only cared for the revenue anyway, and that was a pattern. So eventually, I was only talking dollar signs to clients, even when they were SEO clients. Um, and Really, to do SEO well for all this time, you would excel if you understood all of the website experience, all of the search intent,
Yeah.
journey, customer journey experience. And I think that's not really changing now. So maybe the biggest change we'll have now is that we redefine what SEO means, because it's already been used so vaguely, so broadly for all these things as an umbrella term, that now whether we decide to keep using geo, AI SEO, or SEO/geo, whatever, um, maybe our work will not change so much. Maybe it's just a bit of a refocus and a mindset shift. But a good piece of content is probably defined the same. Maybe we can talk about that more. And if I go into that
Yeah.
now, I would talk for 2 more minutes. But I firmly believe that a good piece of content still has the same definition as a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and maybe
Yeah.
even 100 years ago.
Yeah. High quality content matters. It doesn't matter which channel do you use. SEO, digital marketing, I don't know, social media. People need high quality content. So if you can create this content, it works at any environment. And yeah, and I like about AI search something. I think I just forecast. I don't know how things will be, but I forecast that ChatGPT and Google AI Mode and Perplexity and other platforms can take all this top and medium funnel. So basically, today people can ask questions to get answers in this customer's journey in sales funnel, and but these chats don't produce products. So, but they need to link to products. And I know some big agency owners, very big agencies, and they usually they get traffic from ChatGPT, including my agency, by the way. We get traffic on ChatGPT, and its conversion. I mean, like it converts much better than traffic from Google. For Google, we need to create blog posts, we need to lead to the sales funnel, we need to make many things to do. But if you get traffic from ChatGPT, it converts from the first day. So I mean, like probably it's time to think more about creating high quality products. Then you can give a strong reason to AI mode to link to your products, because people are looking for best solutions, and to work with branding. If you have strong brand recognition, yeah, I think like strong brands win today in AI search. What do you think about that?
Yeah, yeah. I actually gave that advice to a CMO of a tech company, and she was super happy to hear it because she has a branding background. And I was saying, yeah, now is the time branding is experiencing a bit of a
Yeah.
renaissance, a revival. Being recognizable as a trusted brand is even more important than it's always been. And I also think EAT still matters. This is just the same. I think that's the best definition of good content, right? The content or just your website has to be showing that it's written based on your own experience, that you are an expert in some way, and that, the same stuff works on LinkedIn and everywhere. And then you need to have strong signals of authority.
Yeah.
That's your brand, and trustworthiness. That's also your brand. So yeah, definitely a time to revive the branding efforts, personal branding, company branding, not the not the empty ones like just blasting ads on billboards or what have you, but real stuff such as engaging in community conversations on Reddit, like truly actually paying a person who's on there and helps people, uh, or becomes a moderator, and running your own community like marketingops.com do, having a brand that's based on something tangible.
Yeah.